Turn the music down, Kat. All right, everyone. Welcome to the G Spot Live with LaTanya Taylor. I'm affectionately known as the Rev Coach, the Juicy Spirit Mama, and the Coach's Coach, and the Priestess of Passion. And so, yes, you did hear Rev, because everything that I talk about is reverent. Everything that I present to you. In fact, what I like to offer to you is that we have sensuality and sexuality and spirituality totally separate. And so in my work, I work with women in particular around sacred sensuality and how to integrate this into aspects of our lives, all aspects of our lives, in particularly sex, love, and money. And so tonight we're talking about turn-ons, turn-offs, and toys. Not in that order per se. So the reason why I was hoping that we would get Kat here as our co-host, and Kat is a part of our community. She is a part of the Rebirth International community, and I say it like that because she's a part of just about every community, right, Kat? At this point, she's an alumni of Juicy Spirit Awaken, which is a program, a 6 months rites of passage program that I created for women to dive into this topic and heal their heart, heal themselves, heal their relationships, to make room for the desires of their heart. She's an alumni of that process. She's also taken several others where I've worked with women on creating their vision and actually integrating it using universal law and universal principles. And she's now a part of my vision mastery process. But aside from that, she's an awesome mother. She is a saleswoman, I would say. You could tell folks a little bit about what you do. And she, most of all, is a sister. And it's not just a sister of her own sisterhood, but a sister of our sisterhood. And she's been a consultant who's hosted these adult women parties before. And she's really fun. So we're going to open up with a game. We hope that some of you who are watching, you know, Blab really screwed things up when they just put you all on view. Because see, what we do in our life, we tend to always want to play on the sidelines of our life rather than get involved. And so what I'm going to challenge you to do at the top of the Blab, at the top of this video, if you're just watching, this is kind of like sex. You can't just watch. Don't just be a voyeur. I mean, if that's how you get your freak on, okay, fine. You know, but like if you really want to get involved, come inside the Blab. What that means is your little icon will pop up at the top up here. Then what you can do is comment. Even if you don't want to get in the seat live, you can actually comment. Okay? All right. So, Kat, tell them a little bit about you and why you used to do and what you. Yeah, I'll ask you some questions. So,
okay, good.
But tell us about what you do, who you are, and what you do.
Well, like you said, I'm a mother. I have a 20-year-old getting ready to turn 21, Taylor Morgan. I've worked. I can't even tell you how many jobs, but currently I am a office manager in a dental office. And I also have a side business for health benefits. I do medical and dental low-cost dental benefits. It's not insurance. It's basically reduced benefits from 20 to 80% for people who either do not have insurance dental benefits at all, or if they like to supplement what they currently have. So I also do that, and I also do some concierge work on the weekends. But in the past, I used to do romance parties, and I did that partly because I enjoy romance and partly because I wanted to come out of my shyness shell. And I thought it would be a fun way to do that. And also to educate people on romance and sex, because I think there's a lot of things that people feel are taboo about it that really should just be, you know, out in the open, and people should just be comfortable with their sexuality. And I wanted to be comfortable with mine.
Oh, so that's so cool. Yes. So, Kat, you have a little game, a mini game that we could play,
Yeah.
like to warm up.
Yes.
Now, who's gonna play the game? Just if you are in the chat. So I see a few of you who are in the chat. So my sister, I want to shout out some of my former clients who've done private coaching. Some of my sisters from Good Girls Gone Goddess on Facebook. Some of the current Vision Mastery sisters. My cousin is on with me live tonight. Like, it's a big deal when your family, y'all don't understand, this work can be lonely sometimes. So when your family joins and supports you, like, that's huge. So my cousin is on. So just say I'll play. If there's guys in here, I can't tell by a couple of names. If you're willing to play, just put in the
guys
chat.
Can play this game too, because I did couples parties as well. So the game was for both. It's an icebreaker.
Okay. Yeah, y'all can give us hands when we're having, when you like what we're saying and what we're talking about. Give us some love. Give us some love. Okay. All right.
Thank you, guys.
I see people joining from other spiritual communities and churches where I have been served in the pulpit. Hey, y'all. So just put in the chat that I'll play. It's 48 people watching and only a fragment of you all in the actual chat.
Don't be scared.
Right. Oh, you're gonna get in the chair? You're gonna get in the chair, Kristen? Because you can get in the chair. We could have another one. The last time I was doing a blab, the third person kind of slows the blab down a little bit. Can they put answers in the chat, Kat? That round?
Oh yeah, because this is
okay.
It's just a short answer, sure.
Okay, so go ahead. We'll let you go on and administer it. However, I'm gonna play too.
Okay, so basically, it's just one quick question. You have to tell me what chore do you dislike the most in the household. It can be any chore that you dislike the most, that you just hate doing. And, I just want you to tell me what it is. And you can just write it down or put it in the chat, but just think of any household chore that you just hate doing the most.
Okay, so I'm going to try to use the blab. Okay. I'm going to get to you, Vivian. I'm going to try to write the question. What household chore do you hate doing the most? Okay, Vivian, did you run away or what? So you'll see the question. For those of you who come in later, you'll see it over to the side over here. At least on my computer, it's over where I'm pointing. But for some computers, they might want to be over there. So what household chore do you hate doing the most? Can you put in the chat what your household chore is?
Me?
No. The folks who are watching.
Are they doing it?
No, not yet. I'm going to put mine in the chat. The household chore that I hate doing the most is... Okay, I put mine in. Come on, don't leave me out here. Those of you who joined, thank y'all so much for joining. Just type it in the chat, your household chore down here. Some folks are still learning this technology thing, so just type it in here.
I feel you on that
one. Yeah, you started your own Google Hangout. Okay. Come on, y'all. What are y'all doing? Put it in just type it in the chat. One household chore you don't. This is harmless. Harmless. Come on, it's not going to be fun if you just watch and don't play. Why aren't you all putting it in the chat? You don't know how, or you're watching it on your phone? Because I know there's limitations of doing things on your phone. FYI, this is a side note, technical tip. You cannot do every single thing on your phone anymore. Or the things that you think you can do, you're going to have limited access. So, okay, so we got one. Thank you, Dusting. You don't have to put the question or anything. Just type it in.
Just whatever
I'll
your
see it
answer is.
and I'll facilitate. Thank you, Siri Harris. Thank you for sharing that. One more, just one more, for the sake of the game. So I put washing dishes. Siri put dusting. What's yours, Kat? Can you see how to type in the chat? You need to put on your glasses too. Stop being cute. Put on your readers.
I'd have to step away to get them. I cannot see without my glasses. I put them down to try to go get the game, and then I think I set them down somewhere.
Okay, well.
But I do need them. So the chat is right here where it says send a message, right?
Yep. Right,
okay,
where it says send a message.
All right. So the household chore I hate the most is.
Come on, ladies. Put it in the chat. Dale, are you just watching, or can you put it in the chat? Vivian, I think she ran away. Okay, you putting away dishes. Okay, putting away dishes. Kristen, can you type it in? Type in what it is that you don't like doing.
Where did Vivian go?
She's back.
What did she put? She put hers?
She just left a message in Good Girls Gone Goddess that she's using a cell, much to my point. But you can put the answers really quick. If you're using a cell, we'll cheat a little bit. Just drop your answer in Good Girls Gone Goddess.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Drop your answer in Good Girls Gone Goddess. Dana says that she's still on the Vision Mastery call. They're doing the work, honey.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Dana put dishes, so somehow she's watching and doing the triad. Okay, so dishes. Dana put dishes in Good Girls Gone Goddess. Vivian put washing clothes in Good Girls Gone Goddess. And it's some more coming. Let me see. Okay, so we'll go with that. Can we go with that?
Sure.
Okay. So we got washing clothes, putting away dishes, dusting, washing dishes, washing clothes.
So I didn't think it was going to be this difficult to get the answers, because now they have to tell me why those chores, why they hate these chores, because they're going to replace what it is. The chore that they hate is sex. They hate sex because, why do you hate sex? So basically you hate dishes because you don't like washing dishes because what?
Yeah, you went ahead of the game. I think you just revealed the game. Because I think you're supposed to do tell the why you hate putting away the dishes, like or before you say why you hate sex. You just revealed the game, Pat. Gosh, can we get another game?
It's a little bit more difficult. The technology is different when you're here.
What the hell, Kat? I mean, now a part of the buildup of sensuality and sex is the foreplay. You just went right in and.
Because I'm not used to this technology. I'm used to having the people.
You don't have to do anything but do what you did in the party.
I'm rusty.
That's symbolic.
So now the secret's out. So now you have to tell me why you hate washing dishes. or whatever it is.
They're not gonna play now because you've already given it away. It's already
No, because they can still tell me why they picked that chore and what it is.
okay. I still put it over there. Well, I don't like washing the dishes because I don't like putting my hands in dirty water. I can't. I have a pet peeve about when that water gets all murky and ew.
So when you replace that with sex, you get the picture.
No, I don't.
Yeah. When you replace it with sex instead of, you don't like getting your hands in the dirt and the muck and the, yeah. That's
Okay.
usually the way it's supposed to work anyway. Like most people say they don't like, the reason why I don't like putting away dishes because I'm tired and I don't feel like it and it's not organized and
Okay. All right. Okay. Anybody else? Let me check in the group to see. Vivian said that if she doesn't like it because it takes so long because you have to separate colors, whites and darks. Oh, that's so politically incorrect.
Right.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay. One more. Let me see. Let me check in the group. Join Good Girls Gone Goddess if you like. Let's see.
Why doesn't Siri like dusting?
Why don't you like dusting, Siri? Well, when you're on the air, you can't have any dead space. So hopefully Siri will respond. So this is a great segue to actually talk about a little bit of before we get into the turn-ons and all of that. We'll save the turn-ons until the end, where we actually are going to have some props. But let's talk about some of those turn-offs, because I use the analogy of not liking to put my hands in the dirty water. I don't know what that could be used as an analogy, but some people do have pet peeves when it comes to sex. Some people don't like to kiss. Some people don't like to receive, but they like to give. But why? I'm so curious. I'm curious in couple relationships. Why is it that Siri said it's too damn tedious? That's why she doesn't like Dustin. It's too damn tedious. That's a good one.
Usually at the parties, I say whoever has the funniest, story gets a prize, because of the funniest, whatever it is.
We're going to do it. I tell you what, we'll do this again and we'll have some prizes.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do it late night after dark when your minds aren't getting up to go to work in the morning. But this is going to be a turn on Tuesday if we continue on Tuesdays to G Spot Live. But I'm always curious about couples, and this is when the seat is now open if you want to get in the seat. Why is it that you all have heard, you don't have to talk about yourself, but why is it that you've heard that people they like to receive like oral, but they don't like to give oral? I'm curious. What are some of the reasons? Of course, I know that some ladies say they don't like to swallow. But what are some of the reasons that you all have heard about giving and receiving? Those of you who and you can either put it in the chat or you can join us in the open seat. I'm surprised that the guys haven't caught on, because normally on these kinds of blabs, the guys rock. They come on, they share, they're open. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Have one. Blab keeps on changing. I know they're in beta mode, but every time you come on, it's something different. All right, so Akinke.
Is it letting me?
Hey, now I can see you.
I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm on my tablet.
Hi.
Hey, it's okay. You're on your cell.
Wall or anything. But I guess some people say taste.
Oh, because of the taste. That's a good one. Now, that's a great one to talk about, because if you're vegan, vegetarian, you eat well, and you're
Okay,
partnered
I
up.
can't hear you. So could you add me to the Good Girls Gone Goddess so I could just message?
You can't hear us?
She says she can't hear us. But what you can do is you can go on Facebook and you can just put in Good Girls Gone Goddess and find it in the search. But she brought a good one up. She said the taste. And if you are, there are vegans who will not date people who eat meat because of the taste. Oh, well, Kat, go ahead now.
See, that's why a lot of the new party people have different flavors for different lubes to kind of to defer that taste for people that have that aversion to it. So they have different lubes that have flavors so that you don't have to taste it.
Oh.
And it's for men and women.
But really?
Yes, they have it for men and women, and they also have another part to the one for women that helps them with gag reflex.
Oh, that's thing that numbs. It numbs.
Yes.
Did y'all know that existed? For those, because that can be another reason why women don't like to actually give. But taste let's go back to taste. So if you're a guy or a girl a woman who's watching, taste is a big deal. So if you're not clean, if you're not cleaning, if you don't know how to properly clean yourself, and let me just tell you, it's an assumption that grown ass women, and I mean women over 21 years old, know how to properly clean themselves. They're literally a blogs. And let me tell you how I know this is true, because when I have done events and open sharing in events where it's co-ed, guys often tell the story, and they tell the story about how the women, how either the scent or how they taste or what goes on down there. And so there are women who don't necessarily know proper hygiene. So when you as mothers are, I know I'm talking some good stuff. Give me some hands, y'all. Give me some hands.
That's right.
So when you all are mothers, aunties, mentors, and you are sex positive, meaning that you are secure about the issue, that is why you need to be talking to your girls. When I was a little girl, my sister showed me. She showed me how to get between my legs, to get the mirror, to check myself, and all of these types of things. And many mothers sometimes are too busy or too shut down, or just shooting on their children, thinking they shouldn't even know. But when women don't know how to take care of themselves or care for themselves, it goes into womanhood. And so, I often, the songs of the rappers, again, that beat it up and all that, you beating up something that got a lot of bacteria in it, you're going to create nothing but infection. And the other thing is, for sisters who are watching, we've been taught to believe that our yonis are dirty. And there are misogynistic men who have been taught to believe that the yoni is dirty until they want to go down on it. Okay. So taste, that's one thing. And then the next thing is diet. So so when we talk about from the inside out, basically, if you're eating a lot of garbage, how do you think you're going to taste? Even, I digress a little bit, but even when you're breastfeeding, your baby is taking in all that. So if you're eating a lot of sugar, a lot of carbs, and you're wondering, you know, what's going on. I mean, we are a living organism. So taste is a good one. You see how much time we spent. So when it comes to the romance representatives, they have things, but I tend to think that those things deal on a surface level just to cover it up.
They do. They do. Absolutely. But I mean, it's just to help for people that have that issue with, you know, not wanting to taste, even if it doesn't taste bad. I mean, they just don't want that salty taste or whatever.
That's true.
It helps them get past that so that they can still please their partner and, you know, it not be a one-way street.
Yes. Well, Alex Daily TV just put in an awesome question asking about the A spot and the U spot. Now, if I went into the A spot and the U spot, I would be going into some of my private trainings, because we actually do dive a little deeper into the A spot and the U spot. And listen, honey, let me tell you something, Alex. You can you can get in the seat and talk if you want to, but most women don't even know where their G spot is, much less you talking about A and U spot. Okay. And certainly guys aren't, especially if guys are, let me tell you, does size matter? Let me ask you ladies, does size matter? And if you're in Good Girls Gone Goddess, you can answer. And I know some of you feel like that space is more sacred, you know, not as open. You can definitely, let me see. Let me look in the group. So far the ladies are saying yes, size matter. But there are some women, we can't be presumptuous, because some women are turned off by large phalluses. Okay. What this is about is toys, turn ons and turn offs. Jerika. Okay.
Some men can be too big. I mean, some women are made small, so size may look good on the magazine cover, but when it comes to the bedroom, you know, the women are too small and it can be very unpleasurable.
The reason why I asked, does size matter, and some of you aren't boldly responding on whether size matter, except for in the group. Let me check in the group really quick. Okay, one sister says how you work it matters. Okay. Well, both are valid. You know, both.
That's true. It's true.
Both answers are valid, because when Alex asked the question about the A spot and the U spot, that's when we start getting into size and knowing how to work it. Because guess what, Alex and ladies who are listening, you can have someone that has the size, but they don't know how to do anything but insert it and just do whatever motion, but they don't know how to locate those spots. Okay. And then you can have someone who doesn't have the size and not know how to, or know how to, but can't. And this is kind of where toys come in, right? Would you agree, Kat?
I totally agree.
This is when you can't use hands and tongues and your attachments, your natural attachments, then that's when you can use your toys.
Absolutely.
Jerika says, I only had the situation that I was too big for her. Most guys say that, Jerika. Come on, really? No. I take your word for it. But it was a very awful situation. But why? Tell me why. Why was it an awful situation that you were too big? See, the guys come in and the guys talk. I love it. And see, they expose the ladies. But let me tell you, girls, y'all gotta not be just trying to protect them, or yourselves. You gotta come in and tell the real, because when you help yourself, when you help another woman, you're helping yourself.
That's right.
The sex you save may be your own.
They had to stop.
But the G Spot Live really is not just about sex, but we're entering in this pilot show about this tonight. So, Jerika, it was an awful situation because you had to stop. Well, oftentimes because, there are women who have tilted uteruses, tilted up, tilted down. There are other types of situations where some women are living with fibroids, polycystic ovarian syndrome, can have a cyst. You can even have cysts that come and go. Or it could just also be size. We oftentimes, when we talk about size, we talk about size when it comes to men, but we don't talk about size when it comes to women. And women, some women don't have elongated vaginal channels. Okay. And some do. And some you have to learn how to stretch it and work it. And that's another reason why knowing toys, because there's a difference between a dildo. There's a difference between just like your basic rabbit and that type of thing. And also yoni massage, because when you know how to self-pleasure, you can also, it's not just for orgasm. So so when you know how to do your own yoni massages and your own even your own clitoral massage, you basically are starting to restore or to condition your own yoni, because it is a muscle. Okay.
And you can use the Kegel balls to also strengthen those muscles.
To strengthen them. But if ladies are already tight, really tight, sometimes those Kegel balls are not the best.
Right. Because they need to be loosened up.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have another prop for us, Kat?
I do.
As she goes to get the prop. Let me while she's okay, go ahead and you share. I'll check in the group and see what the ladies are saying.
So basically I just brought one of the basic toys that women use. It has rabbit ears on it, which a lot of women find pleasurable for the clitoris stimulation. And it has a good buzz to it. I don't know if you can hear it on the video. And it has different settings for a more stronger, powerful vibration versus a more milder vibration, because everybody likes different speeds.
Now, I want to ask the men, when you see that, are you turned off by, now I don't have a group for the guys to go in and put your answers in anonymously, but are you all turned off by toy play in couple sex? Okay, well, thank you I appreciate it. I like your openness.
I do too. That's great.
Do you want to get in the seat, Jerika? I really appreciate the fact. Yeah, he says, no, I like it, and I have some myself. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. There are some guys who are turned off by toy play, and because women still think pleasure is for the guy, oftentimes they won't do things or won't introduce things, won't try new things, because they're afraid of intimidating their partner rather than opening their partner up to it.
Exactly.
Okay, no problem. He said he's in bed because he's in Germany. Now that's a great point.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great point in case, because in the US, again, we have dualistic messages about our bodies and our sensuality and sexuality that has shame and sometimes guilt attached to it. So that's why we can have this type of blab. Now, if I were an entertainer, now this thing would probably be off the numbers would be higher. And, when ignorance is celebrated in America, but educated, intellectual, spiritual conversation oftentimes is approached with suspicion. What you talking about? What? Should I go in there? Should I say something? And that causes many of us to live duplicitous lives. We are bifurcated. We are split in two, cut in half. Some of us are chopped half in boxes, and that is why, if you're watching, we're doing well. Join Good Girls Gone Goddess, but we're doing the Orgasmic Abundant Woman Telesummit, which is this causes much more in our lives. When we are split in two like this, it also causes our lives to be fragmented. We don't have a healthy relationship with God. Oftentimes we have an imbalanced relationship with God and our spiritual selves. We don't have a healthy relationship oftentimes with our money. And that is why I love Napoleon Hill. He did an entire chapter on sex transmutation.
He sure did.
He even said that most of the most successful men at that time, you got to understand the era that Napoleon Hill was teaching in, which is a male-dominated era. So of course he was talking about successful men, and he talked about how they had healthy sex lives. The truth of the matter is, those of you who are watching and you are saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, your preacher probably has a very, very healthy sexual appetite too, because I am a preacher, I am a minister, and I tell you, there's nothing like stirring up that Kundalini energy when you are ministering. And so that's what women are often attracted to, and why you all flock to the church. Exactly. And the reason why oftentimes certain things start to happen is because we've been taught to hide in church, in mosque, in temple. We've been taught to hide it, and that it's wrong. And so now you create liars. But I wasn't supposed to go there tonight, was I, Kat? This is supposed to be keep it light. Just give them the tip. If Samira is watching, she says, just give them the tip. But I have to do that because I know my audience and I know my anointing, and I'm a bridge walker. And I mean the bridge between your divine self and the human limitation. I want to help you cross that bridge. Okay. All right. So you were talking about that rabbit, and so that thing, that's about to say that thing. That's not really a rabbit though, is it?
It has rabbit ears. No, this one is just one of the basic toys.
Okay. Now that stimulates the clitoris.
Yes, the rabbit ears.
Okay. You all do know that they're grown as women who who have children, who do not know the pleasure of having extended clitoral stimulation.
That's true.
Y'all know that? Those of you, let me check in Good Girls Gone Goddess, because y'all scared of this blab today. Damn. I really thought this was going to, okay, this one caller. Let's come on. Oh, come on, Tanya. Thank you. Lord have mercy. I am free. I am free just came on. Let's get free.
That's what I'm talking
up about. In here. Up in here. Okay, so she's coming on. I'm going to share a tweet. Okay, she's coming.
I see Jerika says that he noticed it every time he comes in the U.S. about the cultures being so different.
Oh yeah, the point. Well, I've been living abroad, Jerika. So you're so right about that. But I will tell you, I was living in Costa Rica, right? And Costa Rica is a predominantly Catholic country. So there is a bit of shame and guilt in their culture, ironically. Mind you, in other Latino countries, you notice that they embrace the sensual dance, that they celebrate themselves in carnival and garb, but I happen to be in one that was rather conservative. But around the world, people are a lot more open, but it's really not fully true, because sex is a multi-billion dollar industry in America. So it's not completely true that it's just that there's hiding more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not celebrated in healthy ways.
Right.
It's not celebrated in a healthy way. And then there are many predators out here. So there are people who are afraid to be completely open. And not to mention, we haven't even begun to mention sexual trauma. There are many people who have unhealed sexual trauma. And Tanya, I know you just tried to join us and you couldn't get in for some reason. Maybe it's because you're on your cell. But you can try again and I'll accept it. I know we'll have a lot of fun with Tanya as well. So let's do another what is sexual karma? Oh, that's a good question. Oh man. I said sexual trauma though. I didn't say karma, trauma. Sexual trauma. Sexual trauma. Yeah, sexual trauma is with a T, Jerika, is when people, male or female, have experienced molestation, some form of assault, some form of boundaries that have been crossed at a time when they were vulnerable. And it can be whether you are a child or whether you are a young adult or whether you are a grown person. Mm-hmm. It is, and of course we know that children don't have a vote. So that's when we get into another form, but there actually is healing for you. You do not have to walk around afraid of your sexuality or to express it. And oftentimes in many relationships, there are many women who have not even shared the depths of their trauma with their spouse or their significant other. Mm-hmm. And there are some who've shared it with their spouse and significant other, and they put all the weight on the spouse to be the one to carry it. And so a lighthearted show like this allows you to begin to explore some ways to lighten up around it.
Yes, exactly.
And take the weight off of one person, one party. Because women, it's not just the responsibility. Oh, my honor. Thank you for your humility, Jerika. Thank you. Trust me, your question is helpful for other men who don't fully understand it. Because sometimes you have women who cringe from you and you don't know why. And they haven't done their healing work in order to articulate it, to express it. And that's the work that I do at Rebirth International. For those of you who are watching, rebirthinternational.net, rebirthinternational.net. All right. So that's a great segue, actually. I'm trying to fix that little piece of hair that keeps sticking up right there.
I know. It's like a mirror. You keep looking at yourself.
So you have another toy for us, Kat?
Yes, I do. I have them all here behind the computer.
Oh, you don't have, we'll take them one at a time. Oh, wow. Go for it, Kat. Why don't you?
Talking about size matters. Remember? This is
grown shit right here, y'all. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is a toy that can be used two people at a time. They also use it for a game where they, kind of like musical dildo instead of musical chairs. Without dropping it, you can't drop it. But yeah, this one's pretty large.
Yeah. Wow.
But I think also, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that lesbians use these as well.
Well, yes, maybe are there any alternative lifestyle people watching? Because you don't have to be, but are there that can speak to this and educate us on this? I'm hetero and and there are people who are fluid in their sexuality, no judgment.
Right. No judgment, but that's why I said I'm not sure. They could correct me, but I
No,
think.
they do. I know they do, but in terms of like how and where,
Right.
how they,
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
But I do know that there are a lot of heterosexual couples who also use this. So
True.
there are guys who like to be entered
Mhm.
anally.
And I've been told that in some of my parties too, that they're totally heterosexual, but they said that there's this special feeling.
Yes, a spot.
And we do have toys that are for anal sex too. So.
And there's also numbing cream for anal sex too, right?
Yes.
Now, this is really a subject that a lot of times when we bring it up, even in parties, a lot of people don't tell if they do anal sex. I wonder why. Anybody want to tell us in the chat? Really, there are some women who love it, who once they get past the pain.
He knew the name. It's called Black Mamba.
Is that the real name? I thought he was.
I think that's what it's called, Black Mamba.
I thought he was just saying Black Mamba.
I think that's what it's called.
He said he was just joking.
I think it's called that. I think that might be either a slang term for it, or I don't know. That just sounds very familiar to me. I don't know.
Okay, that's a doozy. Now that toy will intimidate someone who is not freed up. Mm-hmm. Hell, it'll intimidate me a little bit. I'm not trying to put that nowhere. But there are people who do. And another place that maybe I shouldn't tell you this.
It's called something else. Maybe I just it sounds familiar. I don't know.
But in couple play, there are people who do enjoy in using that in various entry points. And so I would imagine you definitely would need some anal cream for that one.
Yeah, they do. And they have, it's funny because some of the products that they use can be used for multiple purposes. I believe there was something called Anal Ease or something like that, but it was also something that people would use for canker sores because it was like a numbing gel.
Okay. This is a great segue. Yeah, give us some hands if you feel like we're handling this topic in elegance on air, Now you can't put in the link for other people. How do you know that Kat isn't selling these, that she's not the people who are, the go-to person, Jerika? But what I was saying is this is a good segue to talk about lubrication. Mm-hmm. Because oftentimes one of the reasons why women aren't fully enjoying is because they don't have, not so much that, just the jump ahead, which is they don't have enough foreplay. And
yes, that's true.
Did you all know that nothing should really be inserted inside of you until you are fully lubricated? And that all of this matters because women are like cats. Like we warm up to the kitty cat warms up to you slowly. A cat just doesn't run up to you. Mm-hmm. You know how a friendly dog will come and they'll lick you and, but a cat, no, even a friendly cat is going to check you out, going to check your energy. And so the same is true when it comes to lubrication. So you won't, and women have to be careful about using over-the-counter lubrication because the truth is extended periods of using lube with poor ingredients will dry you out. It will cause you to be dry. Mm-hmm. It's just like women who use commercial tampons.
True.
Commercial tampons are dipped in a solution to make you bleed more so that you will keep buying it. You'll go through the box. Did you all know that, ladies? Come on, holla, holla, holla. Did you
That
know
makes
that?
sense, though.
Everything is about commerce in America, and that's why certain things are forbidden in other countries. Did you know that some of the products that are used in America, even the cereals that we eat, that it's banned in other countries? That it can't even enter into, it's illegal in other countries. So
I didn't know that either.
so there are certain feminine hygiene. Oh yeah. Thank you, cousin. The tampons is huge. If ladies, the 66 of you who are watching, if you are using commercial tampons, you may want to do your research and try to find some natural alternatives to start to stimulate a healthy environment. And in addition to changing your
I believe it.
Oh, he said that he heard acne cream makes acne worse. I mean, yeah. Listen.
Well, the cigarettes,
commerce.
I believe all of it.
It's capitalist societies, and when you have uneducated consumers, when you have people who just follow the program, the prescription that was recommended by your mother, oh, go get this brand, go get that brand, and you don't start to educate and ask yourself, why am I having this? Where did this come from? And that goes on a mind, body, and spirit level. So these things dry us out. So sometimes, ladies, you're thinking something's wrong with you, and it's not. And we haven't even started to talk about the yoni egg practice. That's something we talk about more in my programs and also in Good Girls Gone Goddess, because the yoni egg can solve a lot of this as well, for stretching, for tightening, for lubricating. It'll have you dripping wet. Dripping wet.
Yeah, and you don't want all that artificial lubrication anyway. I mean, you want to have the natural,
right?
But it's just there for you if you need it,
right? And you know what? It is, and it's good. There are lubes that are totally made with yoni friendly products that work with your own juices. And I'm going to give everybody a free tip, right? Y'all. Okay. So I'm going to give a free reading to the woman who has not responded. I will give a free reading, a goddess angel reading. Okay. To any woman who can answer, what is a natural lubricant that you can find in your kitchen cabinet? No juicy butterfly. No juicy butterfly respond. Nutella. And you're not a girl. Yay! Kristen got it. Yay! Good for you. I don't have an
congratulations.
So you're in the group. You know how to get in touch with me, and you can get a free reading. It's only about 30 minutes of your time. We'll get it on my schedule, and let spirit do the work. But yay! The answer was coconut oil, y'all. She says, I do like that Nutella response. I know you can do some creative things with Nutella. That was food play is another thing to talk about as far as turn-ons. But for some people, that could be a turn-off. And food play can be a toy. Oh, let me tell y'all something. This is a side. Let me tell y'all something. Just to show you how far perversion goes, right? There was an article. Come close, y'all. Not come close. Let me tell y'all something. Okay. There was an article in the Costa Rican Times about the guy who had to go to the emergency room because he had a yucca had to be cut out of his anal cavity.
Wow.
It was huge, but it had been sitting. I don't know. It got.
Oh my gosh.
So there are people being creative. There are stories like this. Emergency room people say that they have stories like this all
I'm
the time.
sure.
So,
I'm sure.
So people are they're trying to hit those spots. I don't know if my guy Alex is in here, but we're not trying to talk about perversion or anything like that. But my point is that when you're imbalanced in your expression, when you're imbalanced, you're unhealed, when you are forced to hide, then it can turn into perversion. It can turn into dysfunction, unhealthy sexuality. Okay. All right. So let me see. You called in earlier. I suspect that you're calling from another country. I'm going to tell you will be disconnected if you're not calling to have a real conversation. Okay. So this is your chance to hang up. Okay. This is an honorable space that we are holding. I just want to make sure you know that. Second chance. Okay. I'm not just want to talk to you. I would love to hear from you. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me see. Okay. Oh, that's not you, Jerika. You're not the one calling in. I'm talking about the people.
Hi, Kat. Hi.
Hi.
I'm talking about these guys, Jerika. Hi, how are you?
How are you?
We're fine.
Great, thank
We're
you.
fine. So.
Did you have something that you wanted to contribute positively?
Yeah, well, yeah. The thing we just done was that G-Spot Live toys turn on and turn offs.
Yes.
Yeah, the thing that turns off. Wait, sorry, my English. The thing that turns us on. What's the thing that turns us on, actually? Yeah.
Personally,
yeah, I think you in lingerie. Yeah, wait, it actually just turns me on. Like,
but like,
no, really.
Is it sexual? Really?
Lingerie. You said lingerie, yes?
No, this guy in lingerie. Oh my.
Okay, we did not.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
But
we didn't talk about lingerie.
Okay, where are you guys talking about?
No, but it's about the fucking G-Spot.
No, this is good.
It's about the G-Spot.
It's good. No, what I'm saying is, and let me slow down because I know you said you speak another language.
Yeah.
Is lingerie? We haven't talked about it.
Okay.
But let's talk about lingerie.
Let's talk about lingerie.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So what kind of lingerie, or what do you like about lingerie?
Well, this guy, like, tight bras, yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, you in a small tight G-string.
G-strings. Okay, all right.
No shame, yeah. You can laugh about it.
Now listen, no shame. Did you hear him say no shame, ladies?
Right.
This is
I'm
other
saying
places
no shame. Yeah,
don't have this.
He's laughing about
Absolutely.
it.
That's sexy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay.
He in a G-string. Oh my.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I have no other words for that, actually, to be honest. Yeah, my English is way too limited for that stuff. Yeah.
Yes, I understand. Thank you for joining us. It would be even better when you drink a little water and come back and join us.
No.
But right now. Okay, thank you for joining us. That was fun because there are people who don't have shame, and then they talk about that. But lingerie is a great topic. Thank you all for bringing up lingerie, because for most guys are visual. And where are your favorite lingerie places, ladies?
Probably Victoria's Secret is one of them.
I don't know. That's so typical.
I know, but I'm sure somebody will say that.
I would like the uncommon places. Of course, I know, like everybody knows Fredericks, but maybe if you're watching, you could give us some places that we can look at online for real sized women, you know?
Do they still have Fredericks of Hollywood?
They used to in Virginia. In Pentagon City, do they still have it? For those of you who are watching, I haven't been there in a while.
But you know what I think would be a good question, Latanya, is lingerie always sexy to everybody, or even to? I would like Jerika. So,
well,
because everybody,
okay,
I don't
Sharonda
think
said
to see.
Yes,
You know.
that's true. That's true. Sharonda said Wish. I think that's a place. Jerika says all his girlfriends. He said all of his girlfriends like Victoria's Secrets, and Kristen said that it's not in Illinois. Fredericks of Hollywood is not in Illinois. Okay, so lingerie is a great one to close on. We are really at the top of the hour. My battery is actually low. This has already been an hour, y'all.
Wow.
Yeah, we got started a little late, but we'll continue the dialogue. Next week though, I'm totally switching for the G Spot Live. The G is for Good Girls Gone Goddess, Game Changer, great. It is not and it is for the Grafenberg Spot, but it's not just for sex. So that's why it's called the G Spot, because we have women who are growing forth in goddess. It's for goddess mainly. There are women who are growing forth in goddess in the Good Girls Gone Goddess community, who are facing topics like this and their sacred divinity and how they express it in all areas of their life. I specialize in working with with healing your heart and transforming your relationship, your sacred relationship with sex, love, and money as a spiritual power, so that you can have access to live the life that you deserve. And so please join us to learn more. We have a telesummit coming up for those of you who will be watching later, called the Orgasmic Abundant Woman Teleseminar. And what we are doing is actually, it's going to be so rich. We have about 7 presenters already secure who are going to help women begin this integration process of the things that we have compartmentalized, particularly the idea that business and pleasure doesn't mix, that God and sex doesn't mix. And we're bringing it all together. I like to call this work that women do the Holy Atonement, because we are the Holy Grail. So on that note, I will leave. I love those of you who are in my community and those who are invested in doing the work, and there's nothing you can do about it. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to pause the recording now, y'all.